Hola a todos,
Hello
soy
everyone,
Mariana
I'm Mariana Alonso.
soy dietista,
I'm a
nutricionista,
nutritionist
especialista en
and a
complementos
specialist
nutricionales.
in nutritional
Hoy
supplements.
vamos a hacer una selección de
Today, we're
grandes
going to do a
productos
selection
Enery.
of major
Vamos a
for
hablar un
life
poquito más de las
products. We're going to
características
talk a
de
bit more about the
B6,
characteristics
Energy
of
Go Berry
BCV,
y
Energy Go
también del
Berry,
producto
and
Recall.
also the product recall.
Cada persona, en función de su edad,
Now,
su situación personal,
every person, according to their age, their personal situation, or their job, is different. They have different characteristics, different needs.
Y a veces sí que tenemos claro que tenemos que ir
Now, sometimes we
adaptando
know
a
that we
nuestra
have
edad,
to
pues diferentes
adapt
aspectos
various
de
aspects according
alimentación
to our
o de
age, such
actividad
as
física,
our diet, our
pero
physical
luego tenemos en
activity.
cuenta que
But
también
sometimes we
tenemos
feel
que
that we
adaptar
also
los
have
complementos
to adapt
nutricionales
our
que
nutritional
vayamos a
supplements.
tomar. No es lo mismo en función de
Things
nuestra
change
edad
according to our
o de nuestro
age, our
trabajo
work,
o el objetivo que estoy
or
buscando,
the aim
decidir
that
tomar
we're
un
looking for.
complemento o tomar otro complemento.
And that determines what sort of supplements we should take.
Podemos hacer una
Now we
clasificación
can
de
classify
complementos nutricionales
supplements
en función de nuestro
according
objetivo.
to our aim.
Tenemos complementos
There are
nutricionales
some nutritional
ideales
supplements that we
para
could call
momentos
target
puntuales,
supplements. They're for
en
specific
determinadas
moments,
circunstancias
specific
en las que quiero, de
circumstances,
alguna forma, enfocarme.
and where we really need to
Y por
focus on
otro
something
lado,
specific.
tenemos
And
lo
on
que
the other
son
hand,
complementos
we
de
have
previsión, que yo
forecast
busco pues más a largo plazo,
supplements,
con un
where we're
objetivo
looking towards a
más
more
de
long-term objective,
planificación. Por
planning
eso un poco
something.
esa denominación de
So that's why
previsión.
we could call them
Dentro
provision or forecast
de posibles
supplements.
complementos Diana, hay muchos que
Now,
podemos
amongst
hablar.
the
Entre
target
otros,
supplements, there are many,
tendríamos
but we're going to talk about these
un
two.
producto como Recall y un
There's the
producto
product
como
recall
Energy Go
and
Berry,
an
enfocados
Energy
a
Go
un
Berry.
objetivo concreto y
And
diario.
that's where we're looking
Más
for a
como
specific targeted
producto
objective.
para un objetivo ya, ¿no?
It's something we
A
want
corto
right now,
plazo,
something short term,
en tiempo casi real.
almost in real
Entonces,
time.
para Energy Go, Go Berry, lo tenemos
And
dos
so we
sabores,
have Energy
podemos hablar
Go
de
Berry. There are
este
two
sabor
different
más enfocado
tastes.
a frutos rojos.
This is a
Es un
rose,
producto enfocado pues más a momentos pues que necesitamos un plus
and this is
de
when we need this extra
concentración, de
boost to
atención, de
concentrate,
energía. Ahora
to
vamos a
have a
ver
little bit of
estos
energy.
ingredientes y a qué se enfocan, ¿no? Estos ingredientes tan interesantes de este producto. Los
And
complementos los tenemos de
these
diferentes
we have very
formatos.
different
Tenemos
formats
el
of these
complemento
supplements.
cápsula,
We've got
tenemos
capsules.
complemento en formato polvo
We've
para
got it
diluir en graso.
in
Energy Go es uno de
a
estos
powder
complementos
to be
para
diluted.
diluir.
And
Y con
this
esto
one here, Energy Go, is
tiene
a powder
esa
to be
gran
diluted.
ventaja de poderla pues,
And
preparar en ese
what's really good
momento,
about this,
de disfrutar de ese sabor, como es este producto que
in the
dice
moment,
muy bueno,
enjoy
de poderlo
this
compartir con una persona
nice
y decir, mira,
taste. It's
pruébalo, que a mí me viene bien y ya verás, en esta circunstancia, ahora que tienes un viaje, pues pruébalo, que te va a dar ese plus de energía. Es decir, este complemento tiene, aparte de los objetivos que vamos a ver ahora, ese plus, ¿no? De poderlo compartir con otras personas, esta experiencia que nosotros hemos podido comprobar con Energy Go. Además, es una bebida que tiene poco valor calórico, es decir, pocas calorías, poco valor energético, que también es una gran virtud de una bebida, y tiene, pues, no tiene gas.
so it's
Entonces,
extra
pues
little
hay muchas
have.
personas que no les sienta bien o no les gustan las bebidas con gas. Entonces, a nivel de componentes, ahí tenéis un poco como el resumen, ¿no? Tenemos esta información en las fichas que tenemos disponibles en la página web de cada producto. Son muy interesantes para poderlas compartir con diferentes personas, con clientes, posibles prescriptores, con lo cual también pues eso nos ayuda, ¿no? El tener una ficha bien definida con los objetivos y los ingredientes. Entonces, podríamos decir que esos principales extractos, unos extractos vegetales, vamos a tener también aminoácidos en el producto, ¿no? Igual es un poco los dos grandes grupos de ingredientes. Por un lado, los
Amines are
extractos
the two main
vegetales
groups of ingredients. On the one hand,
destacaríamos
we have the
pues,
vegetable
por
extracts.
sus objetivos.
So what can we draw
Tenemos
attention to?
el guaraná,
What sort of
¿vale?
aims do we have? There's
Más
guarana,
objetivo a nivel de rendimiento mental. Decíamos es una situación
and
más
that's
diaria,
for mental performance. So that's a
más
sort of a target.
explosiva. Vamos a necesitar poner
That's
toda
more
nuestra fuerza
explosive
mental.
when we
Por
really
eso
need
al
to
guaraná le
focus our
damos
mental energies.
ese
And then
objetivo.
we've also got
Luego vamos a tener un
guarana,
objetivo de metabolismo graso.
And we've also got another.
Bueno, pues tenemos una serie
What does that mean? Well,
grasas que
there's
consumimos en la alimentación.
there's
Esas grasas
fats
nos dan
related
energía
to
y entonces
our
pues, los
diet, and they give
componentes
us
como el
energy.
guaraná y la hierba mate
And
nos van
so
a ayudar
components
a ese metabolismo, a esa digestión de las grasas para poder sacar la energía que está dentro de ellas. Este objetivo nos viene muy bien cuando necesitamos pues también una potencia de energía física, ¿no? Porque al final las grasas nos aportan energía. Por lo tanto, ingredientes que nos ayuden a ese metabolismo graso, quiere decir que son ingredientes que nos van a ayudar también a sacar la energía
such
de
as
los
that, and we
alimentos que
need.
estamos tomando de forma habitual. Luego la hierba mate, además de ese objetivo de
And
metabolismo
then
graso, nos va a ayudar un poco en ese cansancio, ¿no? Que aparezca lo más tarde posible. Está un poco relacionado con el metabolismo graso. ¿Por qué? Porque cuando tenemos mayor disponibilidad de las grasas, es decir, vamos a estirar, ¿no? Esa energía, la grasa lo que nos da es el poder tener una energía más a largo plazo. Por lo tanto, ese cansancio aparecerá pues más tarde, lo cual es un objetivo también pues muy importante y que ayuda mucho en temas, por
that
ejemplo,
helps a lot, for example, with sports
deportivo, ¿no?
performance.
El tener una mayor duración
It means that we
de
can
esa
last
energía.
longer with our energy.
También la hierba mate, junto con el guaraná y
And
el
so,
green
yerba mate with
van a
guarana
aportarnos ese
and
objetivo a nivel de concentración.
green tea can help us to concentrate.
En un determinado momento en que me
So if I
tengo que
really need to
enganchar
focus
en
on
algo, en
something,
alguna prueba
if I have a specific test or a particular meeting,
en un trabajo
if I'm doing a job
todo, ¿no? El
that requires me
100%
to be at
de
100% and really need to be
concentración, de
concentrated,
energía. Son ingredientes
and
que
these
nos
are
van mucho
ingredients
también en ese
that fulfill
objetivo.
this objective.
Además, vamos a tener otros
There are also other
ingredientes
ingredients that we
relacionados
mentioned
mate,
before, amino
ácidos,
acids,
como la
such as
taurina y
taurine,
la
glutamine, and
arginina, también enfocados en ese
arginine, which
objetivo que
are
hemos
related
hablado
to the objectives that we mentioned
anteriormente,
beforehand.
y el refuerzo, por supuesto, del
And they
sistema
also get
inmune
a reinforcement
con
of the immune
folate
system with folate transfer
antiinflamatorio
factor
formula,
formula.
que será un poco también ese aporte
So it gives
extra
us this extra
que al
boost
final, en estos momentos de
that
mayores
we sometimes
estrés,
need when there's a lot of demands placed on
necesitamos que el
us.
sistema inmune esté al
We
100%,
need the
¿no? Y
immune
poder
system to
también
be at
estar lo más
100%.
respaldado posible junto con los anteriores ingredientes.
And now, alongside the
¿Cuándo
other
podemos tomar
ingredients,
este
it's
producto?
well
Bueno,
supported.
pues muchas
So when can we take this
ocasiones
product?
y cada
Well,
vez
there are a
más
lot of
en
times
la
we can take
vida
it,
ajetreada que tenemos,
especially in this very busy lives that we
buscamos esa
have.
concentración máxima,
At
energía,
times we need to really concentrate. We need a lot of energy.
focalizarnos, ¿no? El tener ahí, pues
We really need to
digamos, es
focus.
un complemento diana, ¿no? Para un momento
So it's a target
concreto,
supplement
necesitamos un
for
plus.
specific
Pues
moments
puede ser
where we need an
prueba
extra
física,
boost.
una prueba física,
And that
pues
might be a
tanto
physical
a
test,
nivel de a veces profesional, ¿no? Que hay
could be
ciertas
something that a professional
profesiones que
athlete has
requieren
to do,
pues, pruebas físicas
or there
para
can be certain
pues, conseguir
jobs that
determinados
require a lot
tipos
of
de, bueno, pues, de
physical effort,
trabajo, como puede ser pues,
such
bomberos,
as
policías,
firefighters,
hay muchos
police.
trabajos que requieren que
There are a
estemos
lot of
a nivel
jobs that
físico pues,
require us to
muy en forma,
be very fit, in good
con un buen
shape.
estado de forma física. Por otro lado, también puede ser una prueba de concentración.
And then it
A
can also
veces
be
pasa
something that requires a lot of
que nos
concentration.
presentamos a un examen, ya seamos
Sometimes you might
jóvenes
have an
o ya un
exam.
poquito más de edad, pues nos
You know,
tenemos que
some,
presentar a
especially
ese
young
examen
people, but
de
also for older
inglés,
people as well.
de
Sometimes we have
máster,
maybe an
a
English
nivel de
test,
curso
or we have to
específico,
present something in a
también
master's, we're doing a
para un
course,
trabajo, con lo cual
or maybe
también es
a work that we
algo,
have to
¿no? en
do,
el que
a
este
project.
producto nos puede dar un plus.
And this project gives us
Siempre
this
tener en
extra
cuenta que
boost.
en
You always have to
cualquier día
remember
importante
that
no
on
podemos
any
probarlo
important
al
day,
momento, sino que
you can't
tenemos que
start
probarlo
taking this for
nunca,
the
es
first
decir, no
time.
nos la
Now,
podemos
it's a good
tomar
idea to
en el día
test this
concreto de una prueba
a little bit
física
before. You know, if you've got a really
para
important test on a
probar si
day,
ese producto
don't
es
just try
vigor, es decir,
this for
pues
the
que lo
first
probes
time.
antes,
Yeah,
ver
you
cómo
know,
sienta,
try it beforehand, see
ver
how
cómo actúa,
it
¿no? A nivel
feels, what it
físico, ¿no?
does
En
to
nuestro
us
organismo
physically.
y luego ya el día de la prueba física
And then on the actual
tomarlo. Si
day where we
no,
have the
ese mismo
test,
día,
take it then.
cuando nos estamos jugando mucho, no es el momento de
So when there's
probarlo.
a lot at
Hay que probarlo
stake,
antes.
that's not the
Tanto
time
en la
to
prueba
try it for the
física
first
como
time.
en
Try
la
it beforehand.
concentración.
So whether it's a
¿Cuándo podemos tomar
physical
también
test
este
or a
producto?
mental test where we have to
Cuando sea un
concentrate.
viaje,
So when can we take it? Well, we can also take it on when we're going on a trip.
y necesitemos
If we're
esa
traveling for a long
energía
time and we need
de
energy,
concentración,
maybe we're
estar
driving for a long
dispuestos
time
en ese viaje,
if we need to be, behind the wheel for a long time, or after a long journey as well. Maybe we've got a work engagement or a meeting after a long journey and we're exhausted and we need something to give us this pep. And so we can take it either during the journey or after the journey. And there are also certain work events that might be very long, conferences, and we might have various work meetings during a day. We'll have to meet lots of colleagues from other countries and meet people from different places, and that can be tiring. And so this is a product you can use. It's very versatile and can be used in all sorts of different situations. When we need this extra pep, this extra drive, and this extra concentration. Here's another target product, and that is recall. There are certain times where we need our nervous system to be really at its best, to reinforce our memory, our concentration. There might be times when we're not at our best and we need to get back on track. And this is a very interesting product. Unlike Energy Go, which is more explosive for specific times, this is more for a longer period when we need this to be reinforced. So this has various ingredients. It's got magnesium, vegetable extracts, amino acids, and full life transfer factor. So magnesium is a mineral with a lot of functions. And there are some specific functions that are important. It's related to the nervous system. It reduces fatigue and tiredness. So what do they say that magnesium does? Well, it's proven by a number of scientific studies that magnesium contributes to normal nervous system function. It helps neurotransmission in the brain. And the magnesium is very important to that. Magnesium also contributes to normal psychological function. And it also helps to reduce tiredness and fatigue. And so it's all related, obviously, to the nervous system. And then we have some vegetable extracts in this product. We have one for memory and the other for concentration. So what do we have for memory? That's Brahmi. Brahmi helps to improve the process of memory. Sometimes we need to remember things. And then there's ginkgo biloba, which helps us to stay concentrated. We've also got a number of amino acids for these purposes, such as choline, cysteine, tyrosine, and glutamine. And yes, once again, we have this extra support for our immune system, which is full life transfer factor formula. So how should we take it? Oh, there are specific times when we need a special support. So if we need to really concentrate for a long time, if we're doing an exam, a test, or a work project, something that requires a certain amount of time, an important meeting, in the short term, we have to be well prepared and in top shape, something that's very important. So there's a lot at stake, or a work interview, or times when there are just a lot of demands placed on us, whether in work or in our studies. Well, of course, we're all very different. We'll have our own work situations, study situations. But this gives us general support for these times where these demands are placed on us. Now, let's talk about the last product. This product is what we could call a forecast product, a predictive product. That's why we see these binoculars here. This is when we need help with certain health-related issues. Now, this is a predictive or forecast product, and one of them is BCV. This helps our cardiovascular system. The cardiovascular system is very complex. It obviously includes the heart, blood vessels, blood cells. And the heart pumps our blood around the body. The blood cells then help with clotting. They help to transport oxygen and nutrients. And so the blood vessels are tubes that have to be in the best possible shape so that they can transport the blood with all of its cells so that the blood flows as well as possible through the body. This product has a number of ingredients, and they all help with different aspects of the cardiovascular system. So let's look at them. There are a set of vitamins and vegetable extracts. So let's look at these ingredients and see how great this product is. So we've got a few vitamins, B6 and B12. B6 and B12 help to create red blood cells, which help to transport oxygen, which is so important to our bodies, to our cardiovascular system. And then there's vitamin C. That has two main functions. It helps to absorb iron, which is very much related to red blood cells. It's hemoglobin in the red blood cells, which is based on iron, which helps to transport oxygen. So vitamin C helps us to absorb the iron to ensure that we have enough iron in our red blood cells. And then it also helps to form collagen. These tubes of our blood vessels are largely made of collagen. And then there's copper. This is a mineral that's important for transporting iron, and then vitamin A, which helps our metabolism and ensures that all of these functions are well performed in the body. And then we have some vitamins and minerals that are related to oxidative damage. One of the problems of the cardiovascular system is oxidation of cells. This cell oxidation leads to aging in our arteries. So yes, oxidation is very much related to aging. So it includes antioxidants such as selenium, zinc, and vitamin E, and that helps us to protect cells from oxidative damage. Then we have zinc, which helps us to metabolize fatty acids. So there are healthy fats in our diet, and that is very important for our cardiovascular health. In this case, we have minerals and substances that help us to metabolize these fatty acids. Then that helps us to keep our cardiovascular system healthy. And then we have homocysteine. That's a substance that's related to cardiovascular risks. So we have a series of ingredients, vitamins, which are B6, B9, and B12, and they help us to metabolize homocysteine so that we have the right level of homocysteine. This product also reinforces our immune system. It's an extra thing that it has. And the main target here is the cardiovascular system and the circulatory system. But as I said, they also have a very important indirect effect, which, as I said, is the correct functioning of our immune system. So it includes copper, selenium, zinc, folic acid, vitamins A, B6, B12, and vitamin C. And then, of course, it has for-life transfer factor formula, which means that it helps the immune system even more. And we also have a number of vegetable extracts. A lot of them are very well known. A lot of them are very traditional substances that are used to help the cardiovascular system, such as garlic. Garlic helps to maintain the correct levels of cholesterol and blood flow. And there's also hawthorn and ginkgo biloba, which help blood flow. There's butcher's broom, ginger, Falopia japonica, or Japanese knotweed, which this is an antioxidant. Falopia japonica includes resveratrol and has very interesting antioxidant properties. Ginger and butcher's broom help circulation, and they help these tubes, these blood vessels, to function well, which is very important to our circulation, because that's where the blood and blood cells flow. So it's a very complete product. It has lots of vitamins and minerals that are very, very important to the cardiovascular system. It also has these vegetable extracts. So when should we take it? Well, it's a forecast product. It's anticipatory. So it's related to cardiovascular health. And generally what scientists say is that from between 40 and 45 years, that's when we have twice as many risks really as before. So we need to predict these things. We need to forecast what's going to happen. And that's when we need to start being careful at that age. There are other risk factors that don't help. They have a negative impact on our health, and that is high blood pressure, overweight, smoking, drinking too much. They're not good for our cardiovascular health. So if we have these risk factors, all the more reason to have a product like this. And then there's also, of course, a genetic predisposition. Our parents or our grandparents might have handed down certain genes that make us more likely to have cardiovascular problems. So as you can see, that every age, every situation is different. We have different needs, different situations. And it's very important to adapt. It's important to adapt to our diet, our exercise, but also important to adapt the supplements we take. Some supplements are target supplements, where we're going for something very specific, such as Energy Go. It's a target supplement. And then on the other hand, we have ones that are about predicting future problems like BCV, which is related to the binocular that you saw in the picture before. So these are very important elements in the For Life range. And in other sessions, we'll talk about other very interesting products. Thank you very much.